was during this particular interview that Glenn mentioned the name of one of his relations. It was a name that I knew. It must have registered on my face, for when the interview was officially over, we had the following exchange. My uncle was executed on death row in December of 1996 for a murder that was committed here in the 80s for a gentleman who I think you might know.
I think we probably do know. Yeah. No, I was there that day.
Really?
Yeah, I was across the street. Actually, I live in the house across the street now, which is
As a seeker, I have looked for signs that would lead to a peaceful place regarding my uncle and the questions surrounding his execution. In researching a radio episode about faith and the healing social work tied within it, my path would once again cross with Glenn's. How could I have known, decades ago, when we performed alongside one another in a play, in a courtroom where less than 6 years earlier, my uncle received his death sentence for murder, that Glenn was also a nephew, and that his uncle had been the victim of that very crime. It's been said that forgiveness is giving up any hope that our past could have been any different. Glenn and I were able to do something that others in our family will never do in this lifetime. We became religious in our effort to break the bread of good spirit, to commune and communicate with one another in a very unique brotherhood. The American writer Studs Terkel wrote the book Last Words of the Executed. In it are the final words my uncle ever spoke. A reporter wanted to know from the victim's mother what she thought of the execution, to which she replied, "I have no comment. Another family is suffering."
Here, both in Leon and Wakulla County, 48% of all babies born are to single women without a father. 93% of that 48% are girls between 15 and 18 years old. Families are in a crisis.
I think that one of the greatest things that we can do is, as individuals, is talk about the need that are there. In our churches alone, there's people that are in need, but they won't tell you. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of, I got it. People are suffering and have problems, and you ask them how they are, and they say, "I'm fine." They're not real. A lot of people feel like, when they're homeless, there's a lot of shame involved in it, and everybody in our society is probably just a few paychecks away from being in the exact same situation. Sometimes people just fall on hard times. Sometimes they bring it on themselves. And without the resources available, without the churches being involved, without the community being involved, there is nowhere for people to go.
Thank you for listening to the Wakulla Summer Sunday radio program. A special thank you to our program assistant, Brett Albritton, to our editor, Chuck Robinson, to our sponsors, Palmetto Expeditions and the Florida Green Guide Association, Morris Brown Construction, the Palaver Tree Theater Company, and the Works Co-working Cafe, located at 27F Azalea Drive in Crawfordville's Midtown Center. Join us again Sundays at 4 p.m., Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. right here on Wave 94.1.
Bow your head and listen to this sermonette.
Daydreaming about building that new home? Morris Brown Construction can help. Additions, kitchen, bath, hardwood floors. No job too large or too small. 850-509-3632 for fine craftsmanship, detailed attention, and a clear focus on planning. Morris Brown Construction. 850-509-3632. Building custom homes since 1983. Get away from the hustle and bustle. Escape to the freedom of the outdoors. Unwind with a certified green guide. Birding, fishing, kayaking, historical walking tours, and more. We guide with the safety of you and the environment in mind. Look for the Florida Green Guide Association and Certified Green Guide logos. Visit us on Facebook and the web at FloridaGreenGuideAssociation.com. Get out and go with a Green Guide.